and then the fake one is supposed to be lambskin. As you can see, now we are going to talk about how it feels. First, the real Chanel bag is different leather from the fake one, but comparing it with the other bags that we have, lambskin, this is very hard and it's not very gentle to touch on. And then we're going to continue with the logo here. So this is very small, the Chanel, and as we have stated before, that this side should be overlapping. They have also copied it the same way, but the logo looks very differently. I am not entirely sure if Chanel has exactly this bag, because as you can see, it is a bit different side from the original one. So I'm not very sure. Leave a comment below if they do. And then we are going to continue and talk about how the chains feel. So as we have stated before, the chains are supposed to be with gold, and these do feel way heavier, and these do not have very much weight to them. But as you can also see, in comparison, these are quite wider, and this is more narrow. And then you also have the stitching, as we have mentioned before. This is not very nicely done. You can tell by looking at it. And if we look closer, they have also copied the part of the flat side on the Chanel here. And then continuing, the bag is a little worn out and it does look bad on the fake one, but to be honest, the Chanel caviar skin that we have used, it has been like one of the most worn bags that we have that I have been wearing mostly, and it is a bit worn out, but it doesn't look as bad as the fake one, as you can see. Okay, so continuing, we should be looking at the quilting. Usually they have like the same color of the stitches, and here we do have a little bit of difference in the color. It may look the same when you see it on the camera, but looking at it real closely, it is a bit different. And then we have this part is nicely done, if you can see, but also the stitches come like and also, if you can see, as I've mentioned before, they should be like outlined very perfectly, and they have tried to make that correctly, to be honest, because as you can see, it is very perfectly outlined, the whole bag. The shape of the quilting looks very similar with the shape of the original one. The number of stitches, I think it was the same, because we had like 9 stitches over here, and then we have the same number of stitches over here. So this is the comparison from the side. We are going to turn the bag over, not on the side, because I will also show you that the sides look very different. As we've previously mentioned, the pocket over here should be very nicely outlined, which means it should not look like you've just inserted a pocket, but it looks like it's the part of the bag, and it is just a very bit, it has very bit space, as you can see. And this bag is definitely more stretched out. It also looks similar like this one, but I think the stitches are very, you can tell by the stitching that is very different. You can actually see it's not very nicely done. You can see it over here on these kind of details. And I also should mention that this is not like the first replica. I think this is a medium replica. I'm sure you can find better on the market. As I've mentioned, the space is not the same. So this is more hard to pull out, and this is way more loose. As you can see, this is the comparison. And also it's once again perfectly outlined. If you can see, it goes like this. It is stitched, and the quilting looks very symmetrical, and they have also tried in a way, but you can see the difference over here, for example, and here you can also see a very huge difference. They should be like this, and it goes like, I think there's like 0.5 centimeters difference. Anyways, I'm going to turn this on the side. This is very regular. This is very nicely done. When you put it like this, for instance, you have this part over here, and then when you open it up, There's not a huge difference when you open it up, even when in the feels. It's quite the same. And then you have the stitches over here, but this is black, you cannot see it very much. And then you can see it from this part, also the stitches. On the bottom, once again, looks very similar. Not sure, this is very loose, to be honest. Even though it's lambskin, it's supposed to be gentler, but it's very loose, if you see, and it's not very nice touch to it. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on the side. Look from the on the top side. This is very symmetrical once again. It looks very nicely, and this as well looks okay, but it is not as symmetrical. It is not as straight. It looks like a bit asymmetrical when I look from it. Like this is more narrowed, and then this is more wide in the end, but this is completely the same length of distance. So this is the main difference. From this side, the quilting is perfectly outlined, and in here the quilting has gone a little back, and you can see only the end of it. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's very, you can see it very well. And in here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but you can mostly see the end. You cannot see the middle part as you see in the original. And then we're going to open up the bags. So once again, I'm not sure if they used to have this kind of Chanel when it's written on the upper part, because on the original that we have here, it's written on the bottom part, the Chanel one. But please leave a comment below. I'm not sure about this. And then, as we've mentioned before, if you have the gold hardware, the writings in the inside should also be gold. We have very distant Chanel over here, as you can see, and in here is way more written more gently. It's written more close by. Then we are going to go in with the zipper. Now, the one main difference, the zipper is done very nicely. As you can see, it looks very regular, and in here it looks very awful done, to be honest, because it's not a very good job on the zipper. And then you open it up, and then this part over here, you have an inside wallet. It is spacious to put your cards maybe, or money. And then on the right side, it's also spacious, but I'm going to, it has the same space, you know, like you can put inside. It looks small, but it does have quite some space. And then when you compare this side, they have also copied that where you put the chain. This is like some kind of protector.
Looks like this fabric interior to make the bag very light, and a zip closure, which is very useful. And then it has a really sizable outside pocket that has lining of a cloth, which again is very nice when you want to put your keys or anything sharp there. You don't have to worry about scratching the leather. That's why this is just absolute favorite of mine. Now this bag, because it is a different color, it will have a different color inside. You can see I'm using it. So there's the beige. The fabric is beige. One of the advantages of having like a dupe bag, like not really carrying. So I just look how much I packed this bag, and I really like the Chanel 19 because you can pack a lot of stuff in here. And the pocket here is also very useful. Like I put receipts in there and stuff, and so I never lose receipts. And yeah, I just really just pack everything in there, and it packs so much. And I put like I used the back pocket for like my AirPods and keys, and I also put my my phone inside here. So this bag really fits a lot. Okay, before I end this video, I do want to show you mod shots of this bag because they're just fabulous. So you can see how it falls and what it looks like on. that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Feel free. And yeah, I hope to see you next time on my next posting. Bye, ciao for now.
So it came back authentic, which from my seller, 2 of the email authenticator already said this authentic, and then from another lady that I know are good with Chanel, she already said it's authentic, and then another company said to me via email it's authentic. So this is definitely authentic. You have to bear in mind that this is an older model, 10 years older than the new model. So yeah, it was very, very interesting. It's like Louis Vuitton. That's why I like Louis Vuitton. You have some fonts, pattern, you know, stitches with Louis Vuitton vintage comparing to newer model that I love so much. That's why I like vintage Louis Vuitton. And I know sooner or later I will love vintage Chanel, and I am learning, and let's learn together. So let me know in the comment if you have experienced the same thing as this, if you have any similar Chanel model or Chanel, like if you have Chanel mini square vintage versus new model, what are the comparison, what are the difference? You tell me in the comment, and it will be interesting for everyone to learn. And if next time I get more vintage, the same style, vintage versus new model, I will film another one, and I will keep making these videos for all of us to learn together. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's been so exciting getting to know the difference between this new and old model one. So these are available to purchase. Get in touch with me, and I'll let you know. I also have a taupe that is available, so let me know, do let me know. I always get them, hopefully always get them a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video now, and share it to your friends, to someone you know that would like the information that I have shared for today. Please make sure to like this video.
I have copied it like quite, they look very similar as you can see, but there are these little bit details, and also I think that this is a bit larger than this one and takes up more place. So yes, this is about the authenticity card. I also wanted to show you that here you also have the stitches, and you do not have any loose leather, so it's very nicely stitched to the bag. And also on the zipper over here it has Chanel on one side, and the other side it has the Chanel logo. And I will show you that the fake one also has the same thing over here. So this is the Chanel, but it has been like worn out. And then you have the Chanel logo over here. But if you see closer too, it does have some loose, it's not very nicely stitched, and it has some loose fabric over there, as you can see. So I think when you compare these bags overall, you would think that they look a bit alike, but if you see it on the inside, it's very worn out. I do not know if this happens to the real Chanel, because I've had a few bad experiences with them. But overall, they do look quite alike, and also the chains have the same weight, and the only difference is the one that we talked on the video. And also this is not like number one fake one, replica. So I think you can find better than this, so be very careful out there, especially when you buy secondhand or on personal shoppers. On personal shoppers, always ask about the receipt. And for the second-hand bag, you should look very closely on all the details.